Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the Temple of Light, Center for Spiritual Living, Kingston, Jamaica. It's a wonderful sunny morning, and I know this consciousness of love that is emanating through each and every one of us here in the sanctuary online blesses our entire Jamaica and indeed the very cosmos. So I want to welcome our first-time guests who are with us this morning. Anybody visiting us? Yes, Jilo, you're going to stand up. You know, Jilo, it's a long time we don't see you. Can one of our ushers put a stick on our chest for me, please? And those online, welcome yourself. We big you up for joining us this morning. Together, as we just close our eyes and center ourselves, please join me in this opening affirmative prayer. A prayer that blesses each one of us as indeed pure and open channels for the abundance of God's givingness, and indeed for the givingness of spirit through this organization of our beloved community. There truly is only one source. That source is indeed God. That God presence created all things out of itself and imbued each and every form with its attributes. And very specially for each one of us in this sanctuary and online, we are inlets and outlets of its abundance of goodness. That goodness that is indeed now manifesting in our lives as prosperity, peace, and indeed just pure and open receptivity to the truths of life which set free. I know those truths allow us to know that wherever we are, all of God is. That truth that allows us to know that the abundance of God is forever flowing through our experience. We are its pure and open channels to share this abundance, and we share generously and constructively. I know for this church, as we allow ourselves to teach, to facilitate, to pray, I know that whatever we do is blessed. All the channels open for that seamless flow of substance to flow through us to cover all the obligations that need to be met. And indeed, there is always surplus. That surplus that is even now redounding in our lives and affairs. Each one of us a giver of love, a giver of peace. So as we just let go now and just let that God presence fill our minds, we know that our Sunday morning service is truly a joyous event as we share in this givingness of spirit, this consciousness of peace that blesses each and every person that come into contact with us. Oh, we give thanks for today, God's day, a day in which we can truly rejoice in. And we say yes to the universal abundance, which is forever moving through us as every single facet of our life's experience. This is the truth. I know that it is so, and so it is. So as we just let those words just flow through our consciousness, just a few moments of silence, please. Just allow your consciousness to come back to this room, feeling your feet on the ground. Gently open your eyes. Please join me in our first song today, Indwelling God, Reign in My Heart. Please stand. Thank you. Please sit. All our youth, our young people seem to be still in bed. So I'm going to ask Elizabeth and Neto, can you come up to the platform for me, please, and help me light the candle for the youth? Yes, Elizabeth, you're young in heart. You don't pass a certain age yet. Elizabeth can speak. Yes, you should pretty and young.
I like this song.
Right? Yes, thanks, Neto. Thanks.
Netta lights this candle on behalf of all the young adults of the world. Let us behold the Christ in him.
And so it is. Okay. You can stay with us and we sing the mission song today, but let us do the blessing of the youth first. We love you. We appreciate you. We salute the Christ in you. We see you as shining lights onto your world. God is blessing you now. And so it is. And our mission song. We'll now have our reminders. No visitors, no new persons this morning. Ah, let us clap ourselves. Oh gosh, really. It's a warm morning, and I mean, we thank you all for coming out this morning and sharing your consciousness with us. Right after church this morning, please join Reverend Michael in the sanctuary for discovery. In this discovery session, we are going to discuss the insights of today's message, which means I hope you have pencil and you're writing it down. Everything that Reverend Sonia is saying, good morning, Reverend Sonia, to change old habits that no longer serve us. So it should be an interesting discussion. Our ultimate goal as we move forward to create a world that supports everyone living in oneness and peace. So join Reverend Michael, get your snack, and come and sit down and share in that consciousness this morning. On Tuesday, September 10th at 6 p.m., please join practitioner Jennifer Livingston for our spiritual mind healing service. You know Jennifer, very to the point and lots of insights. Her topic is finding peace within. So don't miss it. You have the Zoom and you have YouTube, and the links will be sent out in the mail. So please, 10th September at 6 p.m. This Saturday, September 14th, 2024, this temple for the first time will participate in the CSL World Day of Service. It's our first opportunity to take our loving consciousness outside of the geography of this place. We'll be going down to the Bethlehem Children's Home, which is operated by the Missionaries of the Poor at 34 to 36 High Holborn Street. Please, after church, let me know who. It's just 4 hours. We're begging you Saturday morning to come out with us. White t-shirts with the logo. I need to tell Lauren today who is coming so that we can have our t-shirts with our World Day of Service and our logo in the front. Only $800 for those t-shirts. And we're going down to just offer a little love. We're going to feed the children and just give them some, just some loving touch. It's not going to take us long, and we are a loving community. So please, right after church, let me know, and we can cap it at 12 to 15 persons. So let us know right after church who is willing to come with us on Saturday morning, right? We also need some wipes, gloves, and little food items. Children love snacks and so on, the little Tetra packs of milk, little ones, stuff like that, so we can take it down to the kids. Wow. This is exciting new year for Temple. We're trying a lot of new stuff. November 8th to 10th. It's our installation weekend when we are going to really, really welcome Reverend Michelle into the fold of our community. It's an official ceremony that is recognized throughout the spiritual world. So, it's going to be spiritually uplifting. It's going to be exciting. And Carol is going to come up and give you some more details. I won't rain on our thunder, so let her come and tell you. I need some music, Lauren.
What you have been listening to is the music of Ricky Byers. Who know who Ricky Byers is? Well, y'all should know who Ricky Byers is. You've been working on the committee. Our installation weekend, November the 8th to the 10th, which is happening between University Chapel and here, will feature November the 8th, a fantastic concert where Ricky Byers will be the headliner. And it's a full concert, so there are other people on the ticket. But for those who have not heard Ricky Byers, we have been using her music here occasionally, but she is an amazing new thought composer, okay? Her work is uplifting, it is inspiring, and like I said, she'll be the headliner at the concert. The concert will happen at the University Chapel on November the 8th at 7 o'clock in the evening. Other events for the weekend include the installation service, which will happen here at 4 o'clock on November the 9th. And on November the 10th, there will be a special Sunday service here. And on all of these occasions, Ricky Byers will be giving of her talent and her treasure and her music that is inspiring and uplifting and just lovely. You've heard a little bit of it this morning. We're going to give you a little bit more about her every week from now till November the 8th. So stay tuned and plan to be here. This is a big deal for us. Okay, this is not only a big deal, it's a big deal for the temple as it comes into its own as a member of the Centers for Spiritual Living internationally. So, save the date, November the 8th to the 10th, and go on YouTube and check out Ricky Byers. Her music is wonderful. So, thank you.
Thanks, Carol. And I'm sure you realize that it's a big deal. We renovate the platform already, thanks to CML. That's Mr. Michael Lewis. We're painting the windows, we're painting the doors. You smell it. So it is in the air. So, I mean, if you are a real Jamaican, you know that you choose your material from now for your dress, for the concert, and the dress for the installation. You can wear one for the tree for the weekend. So, go and look and buy and shop. So, because we're going to have a fantastic weekend, this is the time for Temple to really make everybody see that we live on 4 to 6 Fairway Avenue. It's kind of quiet around here, so it's time we make some fuss on that weekend between November 8th to 10th. So remember, save the date. All right. Well, from less to less mundane things, legal matters. You may have little things that you need to check up, who don't write will yet, and who need to know about adverse possession and transfer, right, counsel? On a Saturday, between the hours of 11 a.m. to 1 p.m., we do have a legal team here, and they give up their service free. So if you know any friends who call you and say, boy, what I must do about that tenant or the transfer for that title, come to the temple. Saturday morning, 11 to 1. All right? Good. I want to thank you all for your generosity and for helping us to remain a beacon of light in this world. And if you truly wish to support our ministry financially, kindly visit our donate page at donate.templeoflightcsl.org, which has our banking details. So I want to thank you for your support because we really are working towards a world that works for everyone. Prayer is the mainstay of this temple, and that support is available with Reverend Michelle Senegal at prayer, P-R-A-Y-E-R, templeoflightcsl.org. So prayer support is always just a call away. Reverend Michael Record is with you after church if you wish to pray, just for a few minutes, just before discovery. So you can haul him into some little corner so that he does his affirmative prayer with you. And if you are not with us in the sanctuary, the number to call is 876-289-0907. We also have grief support and counseling, which is available by appointment. So please call our office at the temple. We're migrating to the fiber optical situation. So in another 2 days, I think, we should have all our temple lines going 927-6145 and 946-2230. And we have our QR code out front, so for those who are in the 21st century, just place the device in front of it and you'll have the Sunday service, okay? All right, so we're moving upwards and onwards. Please join me now in our responsive reading. The most precious thing a man possesses is his own individuality as a center of God consciousness. The word of man is the law of his life, under the one great law of all life. Thoughts are things. They have the power to objectify themselves. Thought lays hold of causation and forms real substance. He is richest who believes that there is a power to create and that it contains within itself all the details of its creation.
The more the soul lives in the light of the Spirit, turned toward that which is of itself, the more creative it becomes.
Spirit works for us by working through us. It cannot work in any other way. Seek ye first the kingdom of God and his righteousness, and all these things shall be added unto you.
How precious also are thy thoughts unto me, O God. How great is the sum of them.
Lift up your eyes and look unto the fields, for they are white, already to harvest, giving thanks always for all things unto God. Praise God for truth that sets us free. And our hymn selection is They'll Know and Believe It. Please stand. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. We are one in the Spirit, we are one in the Lord. Temple Choir, please sit. Please join me in welcoming our doctor, philosopher, prayer power stalwart. 23 years they celebrated some Thursday gone. Yes. And among other things to us, Reverend Sonia Davidson.
Morning, 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 everyone. And I want you to greet our, bubbly, the new name, Jacaller, right? Reverend Ann, and tell her thanks for just setting the stage for this service this morning. Let us give her a little clap on. It's wonderful, always wonderful to be here at this service, and wonderful to look into all your eyes and see the love and the oneness, because guess what? This morning's talk is waking up to oneness. And don't ask me what else, right? But guess what? Wake up. It's morning. Who wants to be found napping at such a precious time in human history? The sunshine of possibilities is on the horizon, I tell you. Scientists, mystics, individuals are all singing from the same songbook. We are one. Even if you don't use the words, we are beginning to see the light. If you open your eyes, you will see. But for sure, I know that the fact that we can go on the internet and in an instant, we are connecting with the whole world. In an instant, we are connecting with the whole world. That's just one of the obvious manifestations. But mystics have known this forever, because that truth that lies within each one of us is accessible to anyone who will accept it, believe it, know it. One of my favorite statements from the Bible: in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and without God there was nothing made that was made. So there was one. So everything that we see must come from that one. So how come everybody looks so different? Everybody speaks differently. Everybody has different tastes. That is the nature of the creation. When we look about, we see variety in abundance, so that we may enjoy that variety. We may enjoy it because the Spirit which made each one of us and made us individually projects itself through us and allows us to see with eyes of the Creator the abundance, the beauty, and the glory that it has manifested. Every time I drive up University Crescent and I look to the hills, I am amazed that 4 weeks ago, the hills were dry and rain a couple of times, and the greenness and the beauty manifests itself. If we don't see change sometimes, we don't appreciate what we see. The contrast helps us to appreciate. So I appreciate all the contrast that I see. Just like there is a popular analogy: if you have an arrangement and it has only one color in it, you don't really enjoy it as much. Right, Faith? Right? When you see all the different types of colors and you see all the different types of vegetation or flowers, whatever you call it, it takes on a greater appreciation for it. So, without a doubt, intellectually, it's not difficult to accept that oneness. But sometimes the otherness is that consciousness is what keeps intruding the otherness, so that we have to work with reminding ourselves of the oneness. You see, life is a journey, though. Remember, we didn't come here. People love to say in my country, you're never born big, right? We are learning, we are growing. And so we possess the power and the authority to change along this life's journey. We have been given that gift to create out of our own consciousness, and it is the creating and the awareness that helps us to grow, and to grow. So we can therefore look forward to being part of this experience, this wave of oneness consciousness that is flowing throughout the world and through us. In as long ago as 2016, I can quote Reverend Elmer Lumsden at one of our church's Thanksgiving services. Not Thanksgiving for Life, the church's Thanksgiving services. Actually, it's in 2009. She says, now more than ever, our country, and indeed the whole world, is in need of liberation from the chains of ignorance, fear, superstition, and a sense of separation from God, which has kept us enslaved. Like the prodigal son, we must come to our senses and return to our Father's house. I'm not going to give you the story of the prodigal son. I want you to go seek it out for yourself and recognize that it is that story which is bidding us to recognize that we are never away from that oneness. We are always there. The Father is always there. And we connect with that Father when we decide to just remember our true essence, that we don't have to go traveling and searching for it. We are here. The kingdom of heaven is within you, said Jesus Christ. Not in distant lands, or do we have to go search for it. It is at hand. It is within man. And so I like this a statement which says, I seek to express my essence in all things. I let my holiness shine. I seek to express my essence in all things. I let my holiness shine. I want you to say it with me. I seek to express my essence in all things. I let my holiness shine. And you know, as I said, the otherness is there for us always to take our consciousness sometimes away from the oneness. Now, why is this oneness so important to us? It is by recognizing that we are one with all there is, that we are able to embrace other people and know that those other people are the presence of God, which is within us, also manifesting with them as well, equally. And I find that one of the best ways to practice this, yes, fine when you're in your room doing your meditation and you shut off and you go into the silence and you allow your thoughts to just wander until it comes back to that place where you're still and you just know there's something in you that just knows and knows what it knows, but you can't describe it. And when you come out of it, you feel refreshed, you feel rejuvenated, you feel positive, you feel energized, and boy, you're in love with everything and everybody until such time as, you know, we may forget, and then we have to come back to it. But the more we practice that, the less we go away from it, and the quicker it is to come back, right? One of the images I like to share, I got this from my meditation teacher, Maharishi Mahesh Yogi. He says, if you keep on going into the silence, meditating, I call it going into the silence, initially you may have a consciousness and awareness like a hard rock, where you know something happened to you, somebody troubled you, or some memory that you want to forget. It rivets in your mind. It takes a while to keep going away. After a while, you keep going and you keep praying and you keep affirming and reminding yourself that the holiness is within you. It's like sand, like a marking on sand. No, tree. You mark on a tree and it can stay there for a long time. But after a while, it will wear away. It will wear away. Take care, but it will wear. You keep going. Then the next thing is like sand. You mark on the sand, and guess what? Gone. And the next thing, water. It don't mean that as long as you're in flesh, you know, you're going to get some of these little opportunities to practice the oneness. But when now you're going a little further, going water, guess what? You can't, no time. Guess what we are working towards? When the oneness becomes so established in us, that we are not only saying God and I. It says the Father, as Jesus said, the Father and I are one, but the Father is one, right? The Father is who I am right at this point. And guess what? It's like air. You go so. Jesus get vexed, you know. And there was some point when he said, boy, I have to do it. You can't just, there must be an easier way. I really have to go through all of that. So he was still in flesh. So while in flesh, you will get some of these things, but it is like air. I'm not even going to say water up a duck's back. I don't have an analogy for that yet, but it's like that. So keep on being in the presence, knowing it's practice, you know. We could talk all we want to talk and run up our mouth all we want, right? That it helps. But when we go into the silence, it is like generating, it is like creating a fertile soil that will take our words and act upon it promptly. But more than that, it will sprout words that are affirmative, beautiful, lovely, that we will want to always be affirming. And we'll see that. We'll become blind, yes, to the hurt that we think people would be imposing on us. We won't even be seeing that. It doesn't promise us that we won't get words, but it won't have the same kind of impact on us. And after a while, the words will go. There won't be, because you'll be shedding your light wherever you go. No? You see, yes, I can go into my room and I can sit and I can meditate and I can feel wonderful and it's just glorious, and I know that the power and presence of God is with me. I am one with it and it is so wonderful. But how do you manifest? Know that you are manifesting that oneness in a perfect and wonderful way. One of the first ways you know it is how you are with other people. And for me, let me even go before that. I remember, I thought I came here, and I said it over and over, because I wanted a place for my children to be. Because I thought I had got it. But what I didn't even remember is that my life was pretty chaotic. I get up in the morning, and I want to go late. The water lock off, something, you know. Driving down the road, my car break down. I forget to put gas, no gas in the car. I forget my phone at home, I have to go back, right? So there was just all of that was going on. No, not anymore. Me grow. I grow. But once I realized that it is my thoughts, don't believe them here, that is generating all of this, then I start to be more mindful. So that if the meditation quietness now start to come with me, and when I start to hurry ahead, I come back to that place. And it is in that place that I experience my life with other people. So that I can be there in that place. I feel the quietness in me, and it is there that I'm connecting with these people. And that is why I can say my work that I have is like, to me it's blissful. I enjoy every moment of it. I can't wait to go to what people call work. It's lovely. Because an opportunity to meet people, to relate to them on that deep level, and to see them leave walking lighter than they walked before. And I am going with that energy that they are taking away, they're leaving it behind to bless me. But let me tell you something, that's okay, because I'm going home to live at their yard. But the one that taught the greatest lessons is the most intimate of them all. Guess what? Which one? Marriage, right? Marriage. Yes. I was blessed to have 57 years of marriage, and I can tell you it was a blessing. But fortunately for me, early in that marriage, I found truth. I found the science of mind. And I also am fortunate that I met somebody who did not formally embrace science of mind, but acted from that consciousness. And it's only years of reflection. I said, but that man was living like that. Because when I get up in the morning, I look at myself. I say, how that man keep telling me all them nice things, right? And it don't see me, the outer me. It must be seeing something else within me. And I said, yes. But guess what? I'm going to clap myself because I attracted somebody like that who could affirm me over and over again, even when I would have preferred, it's all right. You know what I mean, right? I am telling you that marriage is one of the, because it is a gift and honor, or any relationship that is truly intimate like that, it gives you the opportunity to practice. Because there were times when we reached a crisis mood because of incidents that took place that didn't have anything to do with me, really. But I could have taken it very personally, and in fact, initially I did for a fleeting moment. Then I said, but stop, what did it have to do with me? The man treated me with such great love, such respect, affirm me over and over, never tell me how my hair must stay, what kind of dress I must wear. But sometimes when I look, I think I look, he said, boy, I love that dress. You look so nice in it, right? But never ever said, you look bad, or don't wear this, or anything like that. All of that, we are attracting ourselves. But also, it means that in that marriage, I had to be as affirmative as he was affirmative. I had to see the oneness in him, even though he had a different, he didn't have a different politics, but his trend was to go political, right? And mine was, no, I didn't like politics. But what could have happened in that marriage did not happen because we were able to see each other from a deeper level. The true person, the good person, the beautiful person, which he had been seeing in me, and I had the opportunity to see in him now, and was so blessed. But more of that, the greatest blessing also, that I think he gave me, was the opportunity to watch as the spirit left his body. And to see, I had never seen it before. My doctor said, holy for people, I go there and pronounce a holy for people. But I have never stood up and witnessed the spirit just leave a body and see a 97-year-old man's features turn into that of an 18-year-old. It's unbelievable. With such radiance and serenity, as a final gift that he gave to me incarnate. But it continues, because the beauty of the oneness continues, his message continues in the stillness, in silent words. But not only that, in the number of people who keep coming to me and saying, I have to know, I have to be the one that get into the oneness and console them. Because they are all saying how much this man meant to him, how much to them, how much kindness he showed them, beyond anything that, and privately, I didn't even know those things. Kindness, materially, counseling, all manner of ways, right, that he showed it. His light was shining brightly from a consciousness of oneness. People who he helped from all walks of life. There was no them and them down their side, those up there. He lived in a life that manifested oneness completely. So enough of this quickly. Community. another way in which we manifest, other than in our intimate personal lives. And I could go and I could run a whole workshop on the whole marriage thing and the intimacy, but not for this morning. Community. The beloved community. This is where we are in. It can be in our workplace. It so happens right now, I'm looking at all your faces, is in our church. The beloved community, the place where we can recognize the other person as the one. So when we take a moment and just recognize that we are all here individually in our respective, visible, different ways, but we are connected as one. There is a reason why we all came together in this place. We were drawn here by that one, and we are here to feed each other in ways that support this idea of oneness. Because when we keep speaking and thinking of oneness, we lift each other up and we become more and more of the beloved community. It's like a football match. Yeah, same with all relationships, but you see, in the beloved community, everybody has a different role. Can you imagine going to a football match and everybody decide they're going to play by their own rules? I mean, soccer, not American football, where everybody jump on each other. And it looks like they're playing to their own rules, but there are rules supporting it. Each of us in here, every single person, even if you sit quietly and never open your mouth and get up and go home, your role is to be here with your consciousness to lift us up and increase the beloved community. You are here to recognize the presence of God, the one. So if you come and you say, I'm coming to be fed, I don't feel so good, I'm really having a lot of problems at work, home not so good, I don't feel so good about myself, right? Remember your essence. You remember your essence? This is what I would like to share with you from this one of our classes. It says, even in the moments of great doubt, when you feel shut off from the world, the vibrant life within you burns on. You possess a power that is independent of external circumstances, the sheer power of your presence. The presence is your presence. So when you remember that the presence is in you and cannot be anywhere else, and you anchor in that, it boosts you. It boosts your awareness. You are God's precious child, endowed with all the goodness of the universe. Living in the awareness of this divine presence means living in love, which transforms every aspect of being into an expression of unconditional love and esteem. Bring that into your one-on-one relationship. Bring that into your workplace. Bring that into your household, even when it don't seem to be so easy. Bring that into your church, because we are all here to be lifted up, to be fed, and to be nourished, right? So that quote was from, oh boy, yes. I will find it before I go. That last sentence was not from me, original. But in our Science of Mind Declaration of Principles, we can be reminded, we read it last week, and I want us to read it every week if you can, at least for a month. It says, we are incarnations of the Spirit, and it exists in all beings. Everyone is an incarnation of that one Spirit. Remember, we started in the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God, and without God was there nothing made that was made. That is reflected it. We are all incarnations of that one Spirit. And guess what? We believe in the unity of all life. Therefore, all of us in here are connected in some way. And that the highest God and the innermost God is one God. So when we are looking in somebody's face, we are seeing the presence of God at a deeper level. Look deeply, look with deep love, and they will feel your love, and they will be exalted, and they will feed that back to you, and you will be exalted as well. And together, the oneness will allow us to just have lives that are more powerful, more affirmative, and just more joyful. We will love more, right? We will love more, we'll give more, we'll receive more, right? So, as the psalmist said, teach me thy ways, O Lord, I will walk in thy truth. Teach me thy ways, O Lord, I will walk in thy truth. Say it with me. Teach me thy ways, O Lord, I will walk in thy truth. It's a statement of humility. It's a statement which says, yes, I know intellectually the oneness. No, I intend to walk in that path, but I need to be inspired, to be blessed. I need to hear the voice of God always speaking to me, speaking through me, creating for me experiences that are lovely, are a blessing to all people, as it is to me. And to the beloved community, which is the church I belong to, which is the country I belong to, which is the world I belong to, which is the universe that I belong to. When I am in my awareness of my oneness with all, I'm spreading ripples of the awareness of oneness throughout the entire universe. And guess what? It all comes back to me. So friends, the seeds of a brighter day are for us to plant. A happier future for mankind and for ourselves individually is growing. Wake up, friends. It's morning. Wake up, friends. Namaste.
Reverend Dr. Sonia, thank you so much for an insightful message. As we awaken to that presence of God, we share that presence and we will live in oneness, peace, and love. Yes. So this morning we can discuss that with, together in discovery, how we're going to share that oneness in our own unique fashions, because we are all individuals, eh? All right, good. We'll now have our musical item, Mrs. June Lawson. Thompson Lawson.
God alone created all the things we call our own. From the mighty to the small, the glory of them all is God's and God. God alone reveals the truth of all we've known or known. And though the best and worst of man won't change the Master's plan, it's God's and God's alone. To take a universe's throne. Let everything that lives reveal is to us praise. For God and
Thank you, June, my beloved friend who never says no to me. Just yesterday I said, June, come sing for me. She said, what? I told her, and she's here. God, the oneness of God in her always responds with kindness. Thank you so much. Okay, this time for the love offering, and I want to know that we continue to so appreciate all that is being given through all of us to our temple. So please take your love offering and clasp it in your hands. And for those who are online, you have the affirmation that you can say with us, and just put your hands on your chest as you affirm your intention to give up your love offering. So together, lovingly I give, joyfully I receive, be thou fruitful, increase and multiply. Bless, prosper and enrich everyone whom you touch, and replenish all of my financial affairs. So be it. Thank you, Father. And so it is. So we are, our hymn is on the flyer, I think. Oh, I'm supposed to give the closing affirmative prayer now. Okay. Yes. Okay. Second. Oh, what a wonderful world. Yeah. Sequence. Okay, him. What a wonderful world. It is a wonderful world. It sure is. What a wonderful world. A wonderful world. Now I find the peace and the joy within. What a wonderful world. A wonderful world, a wonderful, wonderful world. All abundance is mine, abundance is mine. I accept the flow of prosperity. All abundance is mine, abundance is mine. What a wonderful, generous world. I am filled with the light. What a wonderful, brilliant world. I give thanks and rejoice, give thanks and rejoice for the truth revealed and the spirit free. I give thanks and rejoice, give thanks and rejoice. What a wonderful, beautiful world.
Yes,
oh,
Ariel.
Yeah. I feel the spirit. I hear the spirit.
Let me do some acknowledgements before you do the closing affirmative prayer, Reverend Sonia.
Yes.
Let me do the acknowledgements.
They love
Ariel,
first.
I like your spin on that one. So we want to thank.
Yes.
And I want to thank
Yes, we can make
Mrs.
up a dance to match that, right? Okay.
and I
good.
want to thank Mrs. Angela Elliott for being there as
Yes,
well for
for
Mrs.
turning up
Thompson.
as well for me. Overnight as well.
She just come back.
But I tell you, I'm getting so much love, so much kindness. I appreciate it so
I want to
much.
thank
I just have to give it back.
also Sean for this combination. I want to thank the ushers this morning. Angela again. You got help this morning? And Valerie. Wow. Our hospitality team, our tech team, very especially our youngster around there, Tyrell. Well, he's taller than ever before. Tyrell, wow. Want to thank you all. I said, Adele is him spice up everything. Yes, ma'am. So I really want to acknowledge everybody for being part of this morning's service. Even Kevin, he will just come in, right, Kevin? Beat you. Oh, wow. So we'll now ask Reverend Sonia to do the blessing of the love offering and the closing affirmative prayer, and then we'll have our love song.
Oh, we truly give thanks. We give thanks as we just know that the giver, the gift, and the receiver is one. It is one. It is God, the living Spirit Almighty, that which has brought out of itself to each one of us out of its abundance and continues to do so, to replenish always and to go way beyond even our expectations, flooding us with abundance of all kinds. We bless it and we know that this love offering goes to do wonderful things for our church, to allow it to continue to be a light to our world, to expand its reach, and to increase its vigor of consciousness of oneness within it. So we are grateful for this, even as we are grateful for all of us who have been assembled here this morning, bringing the consciousness of oneness, the consciousness of divine love, and allowing a healing presence to take place so that each one of us goes away feeling charged with the power and presence of God, to live our lives from the vantage point of recognizing God's presence in everyone we meet and reaching out in radiance across the universe, to continue to allow the collective consciousness of the human race to reach the tipping point of Godness, of heaven on earth. We know that we are in an integral part of this cosmic network of Godness, and we are contributing to it in magnificent and wonderful ways. It all comes back to us, so that we live here knowing that every step we take along this pathway that we choose to call life is guaranteed by the power and presence, which is God presence, which projects itself into being through every thought, through every idea, through every word, through every reaction, through every interaction and every action. And therefore we live as the presence of God. And we give thanks that it is so, and so it is.
So it is.
Amen. We're going to sing, yes, there is love. Yes, there is love. Yes. Yes, there is love.